Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll be exploring the life of the founders of the Living Off-Grid channel, Jake and Nicole. To be more specific, we will be looking at their biography, lifestyle, and net worth. Let's get started. Who are Jake and Nicole? The idea of going off-grid has become quite appealing to many people. It's all about living every single day in the fresh air and honing a much more sustainable way of living. The whole idea is to turn to natural living and put less strain on the environment. The off-grid life allows you to learn how to become entirely self-reliant and bond with Mother Nature. While it seems rewarding, this lifestyle is not designed for people who are not well prepared. It takes years and years of skill building and groundwork to survive the off-grid lifestyle. Without things like grocery stores, malls, municipal utilities, and so much more. Based on this background, we'll be looking at two famous YouTubers, Jake and Nicole, who have consistently shared their stories about the benefits of living in a Pacific yurt by bringing more awareness to the off-grid yurt living. The couple lives in a 30-foot grid Pacific yurt located on North Vancouver Island. The yurt is their full-time home, and they have fully settled into it. How did they meet? Jake and Nicole are a great definition of an entrepreneurial and adventurous couple who live to spend time together and share their goals. They officially met during a garden tour. Jake would always put up garden tours at his home, and Nicole's old boss bought her a ticket to go for the gardening tour. She was taking up an online gardening course at the time and came across various videos that Jake made about gardening. As they slowly interacted with each other and became acquainted, they realized that they have a lot in common and were able to freely enjoy gardening activities together. With time, they started spending a lot more time together and learning more about each other. In the process, they developed a mutual understanding towards everything and realized that they were attracted to each other. Eventually, they dated and smoothly transitioned into a relationship. Now they're completely inseparable and are living their dream. The two love to travel across different continents and countries because they want to experience different cultures, different people, governments, and environments. They want to get in touch with how difficult cities feel and how other countries aside from Canada and USA operate. In their video titled "We're Pregnant, Having a Baby Off the Grid," episode 140, we learn that they have finally settled into their home and are building their family. They have a baby on the way and they're super excited to start their family off the grid. The off-grid lifestyle for Jake and Nicole. When Jake was about 21 years old, he traveled throughout Mongolia and China. While in the grasslands of Mongolia, Jake stayed in a traditional Mongolian Yurt, and it was such an amazing experience for him. After his trip, all he kept thinking about was the feeling of warmth and comfort that came with living in the yurt for a few days, while wrapped in cozy wool blankets. For him, that was life-changing, safe and outstanding experience, and wanted always to revive that moment. When he and Nicole met, they spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos of couples and families who opted for alternative living styles. Those who took time to build their homes from scratch, and those who lived in unique housing. In the process, they were convinced that many of the families they saw living in yurts had wonderful living spaces that looked very cozy and have beautiful designs. They realized the chance to design the interior of their yurt, so they thought that a Pacific yurt would be the best home option for their raw, forested property in Canada. Before choosing the Pacific yurt, they researched over 10 other yurt companies and tried to find the one that best suited their home needs, design plan, and personal preferences. The Pacific yurts stood out for them because they seemed very resilient and clean. At the same time, the Pacific yurts had a design that balanced between the structure tradition and modern features. They were also greatly impressed by the professional social media pages that Pacific yurts had invested in. Because of this professionalism, they were able to easily get all the help they needed for their journey to a new home and all the answers to their questions. Initially, they thought that the assembly process would be seamless. However, it had its moments. For the couple, the most challenging part was building the yurt platform. Believe it or not, it took them a lot longer to finish the platform because they chose to build the platform over 3 feet high on very uneven ground. Despite the fact that it was a challenge, the learning process was an amazing experience for them, and the outcome was an absolute blast. Jake and Nicole even claimed that while unwrapping each piece they used to build their home, the feeling they had was similar to the one you get when opening multiple Christmas presents at the same time. The most interesting part about their property is that it can only be accessed by boat. While this is an opportunity to be more adventurous and embark on other exciting activities, the accessibility became a challenge during the construction of the yurt. All the raw materials needed for their home had to be barged over to them. Also, they had to spend a lot of time cutting away into their land and clearing a proper spot for the yurt, because their property on the North Vancouver Island was raw and heavily forested. After clearing the space, they were able to successfully build the platform and assemble the yurt in a very short time period, say about a month, despite the black flies, snow, rain, mosquitoes, and so many other factors that tried to slow them down. When the sunny weather came, Jake and Nicole were able to seamlessly put up their yurt in only 3 days. Nicole enjoyed the process even more because all she wanted to do was start their lives in their newly built yurt. She often claims that the best part of off-grid living is what their yurt looks like and how homely it is. She loves how she can hear the sounds of nature that surround their yurt, and the fact that they're able to be as warm and comfortable as possible within their home. According to the couple, there are several advantages to living off the grid and in a yurt. They greatly value the fact that they do not have to pay rent, and they do not have to deal with the burden of having a mortgage. They also appreciate the fact that their yurt is on land that is fertile and rich in humus. This makes organic family farming and gardening a much easier and more exciting process. They also use the trees they cut down to fence their land, make log cabins, raised garden beds, and so much more. At the moment, they're working with the resources that they have, but are hoping to expand their solar power system and grow a bigger garden to meet all their needs. How they're changing the world a video at a time. Jake and Nicole have a massive following and a very supportive fan base. Based on how they interact with their fans, we can deduce that they are indeed changing people's lives a video at a time. One of their followers, Nicole Grady, says, "I've wanted to do this forever now. It's the only thing that feels worthwhile in life and sets my soul on fire when I think about living like this again. I know I haven't past lives, but the fact that we have seen the other side of what not living sustainably is like for everyone on Earth, it makes the appreciation for this lifestyle skyrocket." Another fan, Miyazuzu, says, "Watching you both always chopping wood makes me appreciate my ancestors, who were farmers and ranchers from the 19th century back. They would have had to be very healthy, despite, in some cases, having young outside men to help doing chores, and always busy. For leisure, they read books, played a piano or reed organ, probably played various card games or dominoes and chess, and cooked." Based on these comments, we can clearly see that they're able to convince people that the off-grid lifestyle is worthwhile, and that the couple is able to influence positive perceptions among their fans. Jake and Nicole net worth. Living Off-Grid with Jake and Nicole is an American YouTube channel that currently has over 1 million subscribers. The couple started their channel about 3 years ago, and they've uploaded about 272 videos in the categories of hobby, tourism, and lifestyle. The couple has been able to make a ton from their YouTube channel and have been able to seamlessly finance their lifestyle and meet their needs using the money they make from vlogging. They make about $1,000 a day, which adds up to $125,244 a month, and about $730,717 annually. As of 2021, Jake and Nicole have an estimated net worth of $1,538,031. Thanks for watching.